Mr. President, can you tell us, sir, Donald Trump refers to himself as a political prisoner and blames you directly. What's your response to that, sir?
And he just like stands there stupefied.
Do you think the conviction will have an impact on the campaign?
He's literally probably diarrheaing in his pants right there, and he's late for his warm milk because it's past his bedtime. Let's catch up on what the New York Times is talking about. Do not avert your eyes from the spectacle. Buddy Head told me that once. I believe him. Netanyahu may face a choice between a truce and his government's survival. The Israeli prime minister has been put on the spot by President Biden's announcement outlining a proposal for a truce. For months, Satan has refused to offer a timeline for ending the war against the H group in Gaza. Biden calls for end to Gaza war. He's got 5 months till his re-election. If the war's still going on, he's gonna lose the election. He needs a ceasefire now. Buddy Head posted a video of this motherfucker, this skeleton walking off. Yeah, he's like walks off over here, and a reporter asks him a question.
Mr. President, can you tell us, sir, Donald Trump refers to himself as a political prisoner and blames you directly. What's your response to that, sir? Do you think the conviction will have an impact on the campaign? We'd love to hear your thoughts, sir.
Should he be on the ballot, sir?
And he just like stands there stupefied. He's literally probably diarrheaing in his pants right there, and he's late for his warm milk because it's past his bedtime. But it seems bad. Okay. The Britney Spears turn, yeah. I never did see the meeting. Should we watch this clip?
Israel is off. Comprehensive new proposal. It's a roadmap to an enduring ceasefire.
He always sounds like he's just jogged 10 miles. He just did a marathon. Doesn't matter. He's not long for this world, folks. Does anybody want to take bets that he's dead within 4 years? If he gets reelected, he's not living. He's gonna die in his presidency. I think that's true. I really do. I'll take bets on that. I will bet all of your money that Biden, if he were to be reelected, he's gonna die in office, joining the ranks of Lincoln, Kennedy, McKinley, Hoover. Am I right about Hoover? One of them got shot and then went to New York and like died 3 months later, and they could never find the bullet. Yeah, he's been dead. This is an AI version of him.
And the release of all hostages. This proposal has been transmitted by Qatar to Hamas.
By Qatar.
This is truly a decisive moment. Israel has made their proposal. Hamas says it wants a ceasefire. This deal is an opportunity to prove whether they really mean it.
Oh my
Hamas
God.
needs to take the deal.
He's still positioning this as if it's Hamas needs to come around. Hamas needs to take this deal, right?
All over the world have called for ceasefire. Now it's time to raise your voices and demand Hamas come to the table, agree to this deal, and end this war that they began.
He can't articulate. Right? His mind just won't do it, you know? He can't articulate words because his brain has dementia.
Hamas no longer is capable of carrying out another.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Z. We got 1841 William Henry Harrison. I think he was shot. Garfield, that's the one. Garfield was like shot at a train station from the back as he was like taking a train from like New York. William McKinley was shot by a Polish like anarchist outside of some upstate New York like fair. And he died. I don't think he died right away. So he lived a couple days. He didn't last long. Like shot up close in like the gut one time, I think. I don't know why we're talking about this. I know it's not really that important. Anyway.
October 7th. And the Palestinian people have endured sheer hell in this war. Too many innocent people have been killed, including thousands of children. It's time to begin.
He actually admitted that thousands, not tens of thousands, but thousands. I'm surprised he even acknowledged anything.
It's time for this war to end.
Not a war, Joe Biden. It's So Joever. It's a genocide. Genocide in Biden. I wonder if he ever, if it ever crosses his mind that this is what people are going to remember by far. This is his legacy. This is Joe Biden's legacy. Here it all goes down. His brain is goo. He ate too much lasagna. Yeah, 2024 election. Which geriatric, racist, Zionist, Islamophobic geezer will be elected? Yep. Declaring Hamas no longer capable of carrying out a major terrorist attack on Israel, President Biden said on Friday that it was time for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza and endorsed a new plan. He said Israel had offered to win the release of hostages and end the fighting. It's time for this war to end. For the day after to begin, Mr. Biden said. We need the day after. This is truly a decisive moment, Mr. Biden said. Israel has made their proposal. Hamas says it wants a ceasefire. This deal is an is an opportunity to prove whether they really mean it. So again, it's Israel that's made the proposal. Israel is compliant, okay? It's Hamas. Israel made, Hamas says. Israel has made. It's already happened. They've already made their proposal. Hamas says, we don't trust Hamas. That's what that says. Hamas says it wants a ceasefire. We know that they're a bunch of lying, evil terrorists. This deal is an opportunity to prove. Have they come around? It's like old Uncle Joe chiding his belligerent little nephew. Are they going to come around from their errant ways? With that statement, Mr. Biden appeared to be revealing his true agenda, making public elements of the proposal. Mr. Biden described the three-phase Israeli plan as a comprehensive new proposal that amounted to a roadmap to an enduring ceasefire. It's always a roadmap, folks. It's always a path to peace. A roadmap to an enduring ceasefire. 8 months later, we're still talking about a fucking roadmap. A comprehensive new proposal, which was a roadmap to an enduring ceasefire. Remember, Israel always wants to bake in a 5-year confidence-building interim period into all of their ceasefire agreements where they can install their subcontractors to do the bidding. But at several moments in the past few months, Satan has directly contradicted Mr. Biden, and so far Hamas has never accepted a comprehensive proposal. Yeah, they've never accepted a comprehensive proposal. They're comprehensive. Can we go through what the comprehensive proposals were? That, a 6-week ceasefire, return all the hostages just so they can continue bombing them. That was the proposal. It's always been about a ceasefire. I love that the New York Times is still going to bat for the IDF and painting Hamas as this belligerent actor. Just all the same. This is all manufactured consent, everything that we just see. It starts with the headline. You get this clip here. This is State Department propaganda through and through. Hamas has never accepted a comprehensive proposal, declaring in its public statements that fighting must end before major hostage releases or any agreement with Israel. Yeah, because they know that once they return the hostages, they will have no bargaining chips left, and Israel can keep bombing them outright. The one political tool that they can use, because it's going to turn the public against their own government, the Israeli public. I mean, as biased as the New York Times is, they still deliver facts, certain, who, what, where. Not the how or the why, but maybe the who, what, where is accurate, You can piece it together. Friday's remarks were Mr. Biden's first public comments about the war since an Israeli airstrike and subsequent fire. Yeah, because it was, remember, it's the subsequent fire that killed people, okay? It was a tragic mistake. But Hamas shouldn't have put their munitions there, okay? It had nothing to do with the missile that was being fired on the tents. Even though the munitions weren't anywhere near the tents, but it caused a fire. If it wasn't for that subsequent fire, New York Times, only 20 to 25 people would have died, including children. Yeah, headless children. Charred bodies of children. Wounded 249 in an encampment for the displaced, according to Gazan health officials. Well, Gazan health officials are funded by Hamas, so it's all a lie. A visual analysis by the New York Times found that Israel used U.S.-made bombs in the strike, forcing the White House to face difficult questions over American responsibility for rising death toll. Oh, you don't say. That wasn't a U.S. bomb that we dropped on those kids? And that's why these babies didn't have heads? Wow. Awesome. So glad I don't have health care for that. Mr. Biden said on Friday that he saw the terrible images from the deadly fire. Oh, you did, huh? That's interesting that he said when it came to 40 fake beheaded babies, he had no problem getting in front of the camera and saying, I never would have thought I'd see.
I really thought that I would see and have confirmed pictures of terrorists beheading children.
Beheaded babies. And then, obviously, afterwards, White House officials had to walk back that statement saying that Mr. Biden didn't see any beheaded baby images per se, but he did lie to the public about seeing them, yes. And now we have actual footage everyone can see of Israel beheading babies with Javelin missiles, and all Joe Genocide and Biden can muster is the phrase terrible images. The terrible images. He's not going to talk about beheaded babies when he actually sees them. He's going to talk about beheaded babies if he can politicize it as a weapon to further the interests of those people who pay him to do these things. I know this is a subject on which people in this country feel deep, passionate convictions, Biden added. So do I. This has been one of the hardest, most complicated problems in the world. There's nothing easy about this. Look, more lies from the president. It's one of the most complicated problems in the world, okay? Giving people human rights, not bombing 15,000 children, has been really complicated. It's been really hard not to bomb 15,000 children to death. God, it's so tough. Nothing easy about that. Nothing easy about that. No, it's not easy when you have no spine. It's very hard when you lack a spine. It's very hard when you are bought. It's very hard when you are a worm.
Nixon ordered Cambodian genocide. Clinton sent cruise missiles to Sudan, people died. Obama gave the orders to do drone strikes.